Good morning. It is a beautiful Sunday. Still not too hot. As you can see, we got quite a bit of smoke in the air, quite a few fires burning around here. Not a big deal. It's kept it nice and cool for the last couple of days, so it's been nice little change in the weather. Anyways, you might notice, well, that's not the wife's Infiniti, and oh, this is mine. Actually just picked this up about 2 days ago. This is going to be my winter beater. I literally stole this car. Okay, not literally, but price-wise, I basically stole it. I didn't really pay for it. I picked this up. The guy wanted like 900 bucks. I went and looked at it, and initially it was a crank no start. Which means that you could turn the key on, you crank, and would not ever kick. Unfortunately, he wasn't too far away from where I worked, so I was able to take a scan tool to him, pull codes, found P0335, which is a crank position sensor, and a P0340, which is camshaft position sensor bank 1. I was able to get this towed to my shop. Not too bad, about 200 bucks to tow it. These headlights have already been polished, cleaned up, and it really wasn't too bad. All I actually had to do was a cam sensor and a crank sensor. About, let's see here, 180, almost $200 in parts after taxes for one cam sensor, one crank sensor. And I ran the full voltage test on them to make sure it didn't have a fried ECM after I'd bought it, of course. But all I had to do is there's one little cam sensor back here, and then there's another one on the underside of the engine. It was really readily accessible on these. Real quick, easy, painless job. But overall, not bad. I mean, he wanted about $900 for this. I pulled codes. The interior was filthy. I've already detailed that. Been over a couple of things. The engine oil hadn't been changed in a long time, said it was burning oil pretty bad. The interior, this has all been detailed. I probably gonna hit it one more time, because there's still just a little bit of dirt here and there. If we get that camera to focus on that beautiful stitching. But overall, not bad. I mean, one little tear in the center console. These Infinitis are notorious for getting nasty tears and cracks in the middle of the seat. This one is actually in really good shape. This was actually a New Mexico car, so it was a desert car. Wasn't in the Rust Belt like I am up here. But overall, yeah, I stole this car. He wanted 900. I pulled the codes, looked it over. It's got brand new tires on it. The rear brakes are going to need some attention in the future, but no real external fluid leaks. Power steering was a little low, coolant was a little low, oil should have been changed a long time ago. He said it had been burning oil for a very long time, and he just kept adding to it. I did find a receipt back in February for the oil change, but apparently he was putting a lot of miles on this, commuting every day, and all he'd been doing was adding oil to it, not actually changing it, and that's not good. I know there's quite a few people going, oh, if it's leaking oil, just add oil to it, you'll never need to do an oil change. No, because all the crap, all the sludge, all of the really nasty stuff that starts forming in all the varnishes, all the oil, all the really nasty stuff forms in the bottom, and it stays in the bottom of the pan. So it doesn't matter how much oil it's burning or how much oil it's leaking, that really nasty sludge oil is never going to come out of that. Unless it's leaking from the drain plug, and a pretty significant leak even at that. Yeah, not good. Fortunately, he did say he was burning a lot of oil. These are notorious. I'll have to take this whole intake off for you. I'll make another video on that. These VQ engines are notorious for starting to burn oil. And the reason is simple maintenance got skipped. And that simple maintenance is the PCV valve, which is like a $20 part. That's pretty sure that's customer price from a dealership. It's a $20 part. With the amount of oil he was putting into this, he's probably spent $300-400 on oil when he could have spent $20 on a PCV valve. It's overall not bad. I mean, you can see the engine's a little bit dirty, but this is just kind of dirt that's into the aluminum. This is not corrosion. These bolts, these steel bolts going into this aluminum, they are not corroded, which is a very, very good sign. Overall not bad, but this is going to allow me to actually start to shred the Mustang down and have it down so that I can actually still get to work in this while I begin turboing the Mustang. So this is what you're all probably here to see, is this guy right here. This is the turbo manifold. I got this welded up about a week ago. Tried to take a video, lost it, and then refilmed it, redid it all, and didn't like the way the audio quality turned out. This is my new turbo manifold. This is a 304 stainless. This is welded with ER309. Get it to focus in on that spot weld. There. This is ER309 wire. It is a silicone wire, so it is ER309 LSI, which means that it has silicone to help adhesion. And you can see my welds are pretty bad. I'm still learning stainless. These tacks are a lot bigger than they ever should have been. I have done a little bit of practicing. I got 3 or 4 other of these little pieces that I'm trying to lay down a good bead. And from my research, what I found is that for the most part, you can't really do this type of stitch welding here, as beautiful as it looks. I mean, obviously this all looks like crap, but I mean, try to start to get to these spot welds like you can see here. But what I found is that they either didn't get enough penetration here, or probably just not putting enough heat. And I didn't really care for the fitment that I ended up with. I mean, this is my first set of headers I've ever done, and I'm super impressed with the output. So this is actually upside down right now. So, and this obviously isn't the Mustang, that's down at the shop. But this is how the manifold's going to sit when it does finally fit. And so the headers are actually going to come up. It's then going to run into the turbo. Oh, this camera does not want to focus today. It doesn't like that stainless. It's too shiny for it. And it's not even polished up yet. But then this hook part up here where it completely horseshoes around to get to the turbo, that's going to wrap directly in front of the cylinder head. I can't wait to get this thing welded up. Unfortunately, I had a couple things that cracked, and so I'm going to have to remount it to the head and recrack it, or retack it. But if you look carefully, try to get some of the garbage out of this picture so you guys can actually see what's going on here. But you can see this one, this is the one that cracked, is well out of line of the rest of these. Now stainless, it will flex a little bit, but it doesn't like to, because when it flexes, it cracks. And so overall not bad. This is looking, if the front of the engine was that way, this is the way this thing's looking. So I mean, it turned out really, really well, especially for my first header I've ever actually done. Again, this is 309 stainless. I believe I showed you guys all the U-bends, and then just cut it out with my chop saw and got it all welded up. I was hoping I could have got this video to you sooner. Life's been absolutely crazy the last month. It's just been insane. All kinds of stuff have happened. Finally got some serious shelving put up in the garage. There's the unit heater that went up. So I can work in here in the winter. The camera doesn't want to focus on the other shelves above the garage, but we've been doing a lot, and so this is finally going to help get all this stuff cleaned up and cleaned out of here, and put away and organized so that it's not just a mess of crap. So it makes it a lot easier to function in here and work. But overall not bad. These headers turned out excellent. Should be seeing a lot more videos from me coming here pretty quick. There's one other thing I wanted to show you. I think they ended up on the shelf. But I did get 47-pound injectors for the Mustang. These are Motorcrafts. And yes, they're shelved for right now. Just trying to do these shelves this week. These are for Ford Performance. These are the 9593. Put that part number around for you guys. And I won't pull them out of the box. They're in there, packaged up real nice. But these are the 47-pound injectors. I believe I got this from Summit Racing for less than 300. It was 280, 250, something like that, which isn't bad at all. And all the data sheets are online on fordracing.com. Might even be fordperformanceparts.com. They are always changing their website name, I swear, or they just have 50 of them and I always end up on a different website. But all that information to tune those is readily available, or to get all the injector specs, the data sheets, all that stuff. So just wanted to throw you guys a quick update. Things are going really well. Life's been crazy and got a new project. Well, I guess I should say a winter beater for now. I'm trying not to do too much to this. I'm just going to try to make it reliable for now. In the future, I would love to do some things to this, especially with the all-wheel drive platform. I don't know how much power the drivetrain, the transaxle, or not the transaxle, sorry, this has a transfer case and 2 separate differentials. So I'm not positive how much power this thing is actually going to be able to put down before I start scattering diffs in the transfer case and drive lines. But I would love to make this into just an absolute monster. Unfortunately, it's going to be a beater car, but I paid $500 for it, $200 to tow it, another $200 in parts. So about $900 for an all-wheel drive Infiniti with brand new tires. Yeah, I stole this thing. And it really doesn't need a whole lot as far as maintenance goes. An oil filter. I'm probably going to change the oil again here pretty quick within a couple hundred miles, just because of how nasty the old oil that was in it was. But yeah, I mean, this thing is clean. Clean, clean, clean. Sunroof, all the bells and whistles, cruise control. Well, I'll let you guys get back to your Sunday. Have an excellent one.